Commercial real estate myths. 5 things your landlord wants you to think. Are you a commercial tenant with a lease ready to expire in the next 2 years? Maybe you're just starting the lease renewal process and you need some guidance. Hi, I'm Nick Zager with Mirlo Real Estate Partners, and I'm here to help you prepare for your commercial lease renewal. In this video, I'm going to tell you about 5 myths your landlord wants you to think and help you avoid falling victim to them. Number 5, you and your landlord are on the same team. You as the tenant obviously have the goal of paying the least amount of rent for your space. Well, the landlord is going to have the exact opposite goal. They want you to pay the most amount of money for your space. Even a genuinely nice landlord is going to look out for his own financial interest, and who could blame him or her? However, because you have clearly conflicting interests, the landlord is not on your side. They want the best deal for them, and you want the best deal for you. But because you already have a relationship with them, they will use that to their advantage to try to convince you that you are on the same team. If you are aware that the landlord is trying to use this befriending tactic coming in, you will be better prepared on how to handle the situation, especially if you're going to be renewing your lease. You don't have to necessarily be aggressive, since you will still need to maintain a relationship with the landlord. But remember to keep in mind that this is a business transaction, not a personal transaction. Number 4, the landlord wants you to think that you're already getting the best deal. There are many factors that go into each commercial real estate lease, and rental rate is only one of them. Deal points such as lease length and tenant improvement allowance can be great negotiation tools to determine how much rent is a fair deal. However, some factors may not even be listed as lease terms, such as building vacancy, which can also have an impact on the rent. For example, if half the building is vacant, the landlord may be more desperate to keep you as a tenant in their space. With this being said, each lease deal needs its own full evaluation, and you should not just take the landlord's word for it that you're getting the best deal. Number 3, lease renewals are not negotiable. Even if your current lease has a renewal option clause with renewal lease terms already outlined for an extension of your lease, you can still negotiate your lease renewal. Now, your renewal option terms may still be favorable to you and may be the best decision, but you still need to give this decision a full analysis. Real estate is often a company's second highest expense, and it is usually a multi-year commitment. So even a lease renewal can drastically impact your budget. A lease renewal, like any other real estate transaction, definitely deserves a complete evaluation. Number 2, you have no options and the landlord has many options. You always have options. The landlord may try to bully you into thinking that you have nowhere else to go, and maybe they will even act like there are many other tenants out there willing to come to their property and your space. But the truth is, maybe staying in your space is your preferred choice, and maybe even the landlord could find a new tenant in a timely manner. But that does not mean you do not have any leverage. First of all, even if your preference is to renew your lease and stay, you should still analyze what the opportunity cost is to relocate and make the landlord think you would truly consider moving. This is because if a landlord knows for certain that you will stay, why would they give you the best deal? Second, even if the landlord could find a tenant quickly, a new tenant will cost the landlord more money. Often there can be anywhere between 3 to 12 months of vacancy between tenants, and even with a quick turnaround, that is a lot of lost rent for the landlord. Also, a new tenant is going to require more build-out costs to make the space work for them, and they are going to likely expect the landlord to contribute to those costs too. So again, don't forget, you do have leverage and you do have options. Number 1, you have the right to representation. This may be the biggest myth of all. However, a landlord may try to bully you into thinking you can't have someone represent you. And there are few reasons why. For each transaction, the landlord sets aside funds for broker commissions. This commission amount is split between the landlord's agent and the tenant's agent. Well, if the tenant doesn't have a representative, the landlord can either pay their own agent more, or they can pay themselves. This is why it's important for you to remember that having a tenant representative advocate for you doesn't cost you any money. The landlord may also pressure you to not have representation because it makes negotiating the deal easier for them. A tenant representative is an expert in commercial real estate, and if you were a landlord, who would you rather negotiate with? Having an expert on your side drastically increases your chances at striking a truly fair deal, because a tenant representative is going to already fully know and understand the market and be very skilled at negotiating deals just like yours. To wrap things up, commercial real estate is incredibly complex, and if you aren't an insider, good information can be very difficult to come by. In my practice, I am always learning and growing, and I diligently serve my clients and provide them with the best tools to make the right decisions for their business's real estate. So, if you have any specific questions or comments about anything I've said, feel free to contact me directly by email or phone, or leave a comment below. If you found value or liked the video and would like more information about how to properly navigate the commercial real estate world, feel free to check out these other videos. And again, I'm Nick Zager with Mirlo Real Estate Partners, and I can't wait to connect with you again.